Hello, welcome to this playthrough of Elden Ring, where I will be in the co-pilot seat and Branwell will be driving. This is a lore playthrough, and in every video there will be spoilers, because this is intended as a vehicle for Branwyn to explain her theories on the lore of the setting. So if you'd rather develop your own theories without being influenced by other people's, or don't want to be surprised on some of the deep lore of the game, this is not a straight playthrough of just playing gameplay focused. This is a lore focused playthrough. So you might want to give this a pass if you want to avoid big spoilers. With that said, I hope you enjoy the video. And back.
Welcome back, everyone, to the lore playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm Brennan. I'm here with Thrith.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, we just checked out the suppressing pillar. I'm going to pop back to the pillar path waypoint. And we're going to go back down the hill. Yeah, so to get to Dragon Mountain, we actually have to go up here and do a bit of a dungeon. But we'll do that later.
Okay.
Instead, we're going to ride down underneath where we are now. Oh. Need the materials. Oh, you. I forgot about you.
They throw the chakram too? Interesting.
Yeah. We, eventually we will pick up some of those chakram. So there's a whole class of weapons in the DLC that can be thrown and return automatically to your hand called Smith script weapons.
Okay.
The chakram are Smith script weapons. You get them from the forges like this one here. Do you want me to go into one of the forges? I can go into this one, or I can continue on down.
Let's go into the forges. We're talking about them right now.
Yeah, okay. So the forges have are where you get the Smith script weapons and some of the other interesting bits. This is actually good because we can talk about another thing with Marika and the slimes.
Interesting. You're talking about, the Smith script weapons, how they added this class of weapons you can throw and return. I'm just thinking of when they added Ragnarok to Titanfall, Titan Quest.
Yes.
I got there eventually on the third try for one of my favorite games.
Nice. Yeah, so they give you a little warning because there's a new enemy. Hit them where they're weakest. That's a dev message, and they're referring to these golems.
I'm guessing they're referring to the big red spot in the back there.
Yeah, the big freaking jewel in their backs. Yes.
Okay. They're very slow.
Yeah, the thing. Remember what we said about combos?
Yeah.
Also, the way they turn is actually really hard to deal with.
Oh God.
See how that guy, how he turned in the
swing, in the actual
Yeah. Yep. that hit to the side, very, very hard to do anything about.
Ah,
And you can see how hitting them from the front's barely doing anything.
uh-huh.
Here we go.
Okay. Yep. Hit them where they're already damaged. Too bad the plunge doesn't hurt them when they miss.
Yeah. Yeah, so also those guys are much easier when you have a two-handed weapon.
Hmm.
There are so many. All right, now slimes.
Yeah.
These are the Quicksilver slimes superheated.
Okay.
Um, we'll be fighting a bunch of them, but so this leads us to some interesting questions.
Okay.
We know that from other things in the DLC that spirits move through water. It's why water is so important to the death, to the cultures in this game who deal with funeral rites and things like that. Water is extremely important.
Okay.
As a motif. It's also extremely important to the spirit-based technologies that that those cultures produced. When they, it seems like from what you can sort of tell from the forges, it seems like spirits can also move through molten metals as a medium. And the larval tears and that we get from the that we find are like the. So we know that spirits, like people, happen because spirits inhabit holes, inhabit pockets. The primal glintstone that we used to transfer Selen's spirit to another body had a little hole that her spirit went into, so that we could transplant it into a new body. The larval tears are like wombs. They look like wombs. There's no other way to say it. And those are used so that you can be reborn into a new body. Through Rolana's Great Rune.
Okay. Got it.
And those are linked to the Quicksilver tears, and therefore these molten tears. So those the Quicksilver slimes are like the mimics,
Right.
the mimic slimes.
Right.
They're like they're another race, basically. And I think that their whole thing goes way back to Kingsfield 4 and the final level of Kingsfield 4 when you confront the Dark One, who seems to be just a massive massive mimic slime, mimic tier. Calling them, I think, and that game is all about like you through events in that game, she escapes into the world. I
Okay.
think I think that we are seeing in this game over 25 years later, we are seeing the results of that, and we didn't know we were seeing consequences of that from in earlier games. But it explained the existence of mimics in the Dark Souls universe. The mimics back then were a form of the mimic tiers, but these
Oh,
mimic tiers have gotten to the point of being able to mimic people and not just objects.
okay.
Um, and if they can mimic people, then they can mimic Empyreans. And if they can mimic Empyreans, that means that you can build your own god.
Oh, right. I'm sure the tree of the Earth Tree folk would love that. Wow, he
Yep.
he just turns all the way around.
Yeah, no, these guys are rough. They're rough with this kind of weapon specifically.
Right.
You really want to be using a heavier weapon against these guys. I mean, I've got to be honest, like strength build like strength build two-handed
Yeah.
is just way better in these games than anything else you could be doing. Um, the most efficient build, in my opinion, is two-handed strength build. And if you need elemental affinities, use greases. You use items.
Right.
It does cost. It will cost you like souls to buy those items or craft them, or time. Crafting is more of a time thing, but yeah, that is probably the most efficient build to just sort of power through the game if you really want to. I actually think of like so arcane builds are also pretty powerful,
Okay.
but
Diff-
primarily against enemies that have flesh, because the ones that don't have flesh don't bleed.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they tend to be good against bosses, and not so good against golems and that sort of thing. Yeah, so Smith script daggers.
Okay.
All right, so we've got to lower the turbine that pulls the iron up to the top of the forge.
Okay. Okay.
Which means yes, we go up here. Come on. How long have we got on this video?
14 minutes, and I appear to be
Okay,
physically fading.
right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. I may have to pause for a minute or two after we get this done.
Okay.
And then, we can come back and do an easy finish off.
Okay. Wah! Smack.
Yeah. But so we need to lower this thing in order to get up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You can sort of see there's a screw inside that pulls molten metal up to the top of the forge.
I see.
And jump.
And run, and don't fall off.
Yeah, not falling off is pretty easy. It's rounded, but it's not like super steep.
Right.
And we get to the top to the forge itself. And inside the forge, we get a big old special weapon, the anvil hammer.
Ooh.
Which we are not strong enough to use.
It's a hammer made out of an anvil, literally.
That is still on fire.
Wow.
So if you want to do a strength build and you need a fire damage weapon that has fire damage innately,
Yep.
that's your that's the addition that they made.
Wow.
The forges have some really good weapons. The Smith script daggers. Can I level up yet? No, I need 50,000 more salt. So the problem with the Smith script weapons, thing that makes them hard to use, you can see their requirements. They scale primarily with dex, but also with strength, intelligence, and faith.
Right.
And they have a minimum strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith requirement.
Oh.
To use them properly.
So they're very mad.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you throw the daggers and they automatically return to your hand. They're a dual weapon, so you can get a lot of rapid fire shots off. The power attack is just throw two of them at once very strongly. And the special art is just a single big throw. You can also get an alteration that throws a spread of them.
Oh, okay.
Using the special art. So, I actually like these things. I think there are some. I think they have some uses. So if we pop this on here and then we pop this Quicksmith daggers on the other hand.
Yep.
And
okay.
So we can
one hand the Darth Maul blade.
Or one hand whatever weapon we want to one hand and have a throwing dagger in the other hand.
Okay.
It's not very long range. They lengthen the range, but it does have a quite short range.
The taunt
sorry?
Do you mean the taunt has a short range or the dagger?
The dagger.
Okay.
but like if you are fighting with your main hand and you want some space and then just like but
Back
also give it a
back off.
keep
Yeah.
on hitting them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a fighting style that you can do with these.
Oh, there absolutely is probably.
Hmm.
I love
It's
how it
just
combined absolutely and probably there.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just not nowhere near as like efficient as just wielding the you know oh come on, nowhere near as efficient as wield big hammer.
Right. Smack, smack, smack.
Yeah, stun lock. Oh no, there's nothing you can do. You're dead.
Hmm.
So yeah, we pause for a bit.
Yep. We're at 20
All right.
minutes, by the way. So we only have about 3 more minutes before we hit the minimum for this video.
Oh, well, maybe we just end this one a little bit early.
Yep, that seems fair. Okay. And it'd be good for
All
tonight.
right.
Maybe do something a little bit later when you come back. And I'm going to
Yep,
go get myself
absolutely.
something to drink and maybe
Yeah, that's a good
food.
plan. I'll do that too. Yeah. Okay, everyone, have a good one, and we'll catch you later.
Hmm. Bye.
Bye.